Hey, Sam Nelson coming to you live from Precious World Mobile Studios. I want to talk real estate in your real estate wholesaling investing business. And I want to specifically talk about building a buyer's list. And I'm going to tell you something that these seminars are not actually telling you. And I know if you're one that's been caught up going to these seminars, you're stuck in the education loop, you're stuck in the don't think you know enough loop, you're going to all these meetups and watching YouTube University all day, trying to learn how to do real estate or trying to learn how to wholesale. It can make you like deer in headlights where you're just stuck and not doing anything. So it's my goal, my passion right now is to help you get your first deal. I'm not a guru, but I am a duru. I am not a guru, I am a duru. I've done probably a little north of 100 transactions and all different types of transactions. And believe me when I tell you that not everything fits the criteria that you're being taught in these little seminars. And I'm also telling you that these seminars don't tell you everything. They get you excited, get your dopamine flowing in your brain where you're feeling good, like eating chocolate, but you come out and still don't know what to do. So I want to help hold your hand and walk you through to getting your first deal. I'm going to tell you two things up front. It's really best to have a mentor. It's really best to have a partner. I find it very difficult, especially if you're flying solo, to have a deal. I know of a guy right here in my market, see him on all the social boards, and it's been almost since I've been in the game myself, and he has yet to get his first deal. But he's resistant to mentorship because I offered to help him. But he came and tried to take some knowledge, and he still hasn't done a deal. In fact, I saw a post that he's trying to build a buyer's list again. And I'm like, that's not the way you go about doing it. What you need is a deal first. You find a deal with the numbers, a buyer will come. You're going to find buyers have different type criteria when they tell you to build a buyer's list. Buyers have different types of criteria. And the problem with that is, are you going to go specifically looking for their criteria when you get a lead? Or would you prefer to get a lead and be able to liquidate it with somebody that it fits? My thing is, if you have the right product with good numbers, there's a buyer out there for it, period. You get the product first, there's going to be a buyer for it. There are different types of buyers, different types of criteria, and they're also in different types of seasons. Buyers are not consistent in their season. They'll go from one season to another season, and their criteria can change. So long story short, you get a deal first. You get a asset under contract, and you show the correct numbers, you're going to have a buyer. A buyer's going to find. You don't have to build a buyer's list these days. I mean, there are all kinds of social boards, meetup groups, Facebook groups, all types of little social with the internet. There's all types of ways of getting connected. And long story short, I can tell you a lot of the buyers that I work with, I've got obviously a handful that I work with on a regular basis, but I also get new buyers almost on a regular, because if I get something that my immediate buyers that I work with on a regular basis don't want, there's others that want it. That's only because you put out the correct numbers and the correct product in the right way. And then you would attract the buyer that's for that particular product if you put it out the right way. There are buyers that will buy properties upside down if you can put it out in the correct way. There are buyers that will buy at the 90% threshold if you put it out in the correct way versus the 70%. So long story short, what I want to tell you, don't worry about building your buyer's list. You go find a product first that you can get under contract. And then make sure that the numbers are good enough numbers where there is some level of, cash flow, profitability or whatnot for your investor. So, I see a lot of posts, what we call these ghost ads, where you can clearly find out, where you can clearly see all they're doing is building a buyer's list. And I know of many groups now, many groups are now coming out with rules because they're tired of these posts. It's just taking up a lot of traffic. They're tired of these posts, and they're coming up with rules now. If your posting doesn't have an address with it, don't even let it, it's going to be deleted. Now, I can tell you that for a fact. If your posting doesn't have an address with it, it could be deleted in many groups, because folks that are actually doing deals are doing deals. Folks that are faking it and not really solid yet are obviously not the ones that folks are doing deals with. So you want to be in the category as a duru, not a guru, and make sure that you are actually doing the work. And doing the work is you find a deal, you get that under contract with the correct numbers, there will be a buyer for it. Building this buyer's list is wasting a lot of people's time. These days, nobody wants to be on anybody's list. We're tired of getting spammed. We're tired of getting all these prank calls. We're tired of getting all these emails of stuff that we don't want. Nobody wants to be on anybody's list like that, And I can tell you, if you do have a good deal, don't worry. When they see your name come across, they'll be attracted to you. I can tell you that for a fact. Every time I put a deal out there, in fact, let me put it to you this way. My deals, when I get my deals going on, I put them out there so right that it's an annoyance for me to put them on a social board, because my deals are so right. I get a number of calls for it, a number of calls. And that's a lot of work to field all those calls and take those questions and all that. So I much rather go with those that I have worked with in the past before first. Now, if they don't want it, then I'll go ahead and put it out. And guess what? I'm going to add it more to my list. But the bottom line is I had to deal first. I had to deal first. And when I go through my list, I don't necessarily concern myself with what their criteria is, not in detail, because it really don't matter. A lot of investors that I work with have different types of criteria for different types of products, and it just depends that if the deal is a good deal, they'll buy it. Bottom line. So I would say don't concern yourself so much with this buyer list. Build a buyer's list. Build a buyer's list, and everybody's getting out here crowding up these boards and crowding up the traffic with all these fake posts that not doing anything. These people are in serious money. And money is serious for folks. Time is serious for folks. And we don't have a lot of time to waste with all these ghost ads. So listen, it's my goal to help you. My goal to possibly walk you through to get your first or second deal. And if you need that help, feel free to PM me or DM me, and we can work out and come up with some type of arrangement. I'm on all the social media platforms, from YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram, and Twitter, and all that kind of stuff. And you guys know more about that than I do. I'm on all of that. So you can PM me, reach out to me. If you're really interested in some solid mentorship, email me at info@preciousworld.net, info@preciousworld.net, and just kind of let me know what part of the country you're in, city, state, so I can have an idea of what's going on in your area and what is it that you specifically want help on. If you haven't gotten your first deal, let me know what you specifically haven't gotten, what you need help on, and I'll see what I can do to come up with a solution to help you out the best that I can. I'm not a guru, so I don't charge $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, or even $50,000 like some of these gurus do. I am a duru, and I do a service in being able to help you out. So do be prepared that you might want to negotiate something for my time and expertise in order to help you out. But again, it'll be something affordable for you. So until then, God bless, and I'll see you at the top because the bottom sure is crowded.